大家好, welcome back to Edupedia videos. We're now at lesson 19.1, where we'll continue on the phone conversation we had in the previous lesson. The lesson outline, again, it's about continue learning May's phone call, which we will expand our vocabulary as well as strengthening or learning new grammar structure. Let's get started. In the previous lesson, May made the request of transferring call to certain room to speak to Mr. Smith. So Xiao Li is going to respond to that request. He says, "Okay, hold on please." 小李说，好的，请稍等。Then May got through the phone, but the phone keeps ringing, no one picks up. So in the end, May says, "He's not in. Could you help relay a message to him?" May 说，他不在，您能帮我给他捎话吗？小李 answers, "Of course." 小李说，当然可以。And May express the message. She says, "Please ask him to ring back to me. The phone number is 68998088." 梅说，请他给梅回电话，电话号码是68998088。And 小李 answers, "Okay." 小李说，好的。Okay, so that's the end of the conversation. So let's look at the individual sentence and see if we have new words or new grammar structure we need to go through. So the first sentence of this lesson is, "Okay, hold on please." This is said by Xiao Li because he wants to transfer the call for May. So in Mandarin, he says, 好的，请稍等。So, okay is as 好的. It is the similar expression of 是的. Okay, only these few words can be used with the other ones we hardly use that expression. And then 请稍等. This should be very familiar to you because we have covered it before. So 请 is to say please, and 稍 is a moment, and 等 is the verb wait. So in the other words, it's please hold on or please wait a moment. So there's no new words here. Let's go to the next slide. And May was trying to get through to Mr. Smith, but they found out he is not in. So she asked Xiao Li to help relay a message to him. So she says in Mandarin, 他不在，您能帮我给他捎个话吗？ Okay, so let's look at the first part of the sentence here. So to say 他不在, it is like to say he not at, which means he is not in. Okay, so 在 other than to say at, it also has the meaning of in. So 在 usually is used for locations or time, but for these words like at or in, English tends to change its form in many different contexts. But in Mandarin, we just use the word 在 to denote all the prepositions. The next part of the sentence would have new words. So let's look at the new words first. The first one is 帮. 帮 means help. Okay, this is quite a common word to use. So whenever you want to ask for help, you can use this word. This is the pinyin, 帮, and the radical is what's at the bottom there. The arrangement is complex because you have top and bottom component, or the top component would have left and right component. Let's look at how to write 帮. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 strokes for this word, 帮. And the next word is 稍. 稍 is usually use in bring something for somebody. So in this case, you are bringing a message to Mr. Smith. This is the pinyin shao, and the radical is what's on the left there. The arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right component here. So let's look at how to write shao. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10. 10 strokes for this word, shall. Okay, let's decipher the second part of the sentence. 您能帮我给他捎个话吗? You help. Okay, me. So in direct translation, it's like, you can help me give him, relay a message. Okay, so the first 4 words should be easy enough. It's like direct translation. 您能帮我? You can help me. Or if you want to say in proper English, you can say, can you help me? Or in a more polite manner, you can also say, could you help me? Okay, it's just a matter of switching the words around and using a more polite word in English. Okay, 给他, of course, it's like give him, but in this context, it's more like to him or for him. And 捎个话 is relay a message. So you have learned that 话 is the spoken word, but in this context, it can be interpreted as a message. Because if you use a message there, it would be quite formal. So in an informal context, you can just say 话, okay, instead of the other word in Chinese for message. This should not be really difficult for you, because in this whole sentence is just subject and the verb 能, and then another verb 帮我, and another verb again 给他, and another verb and object 捎个话. So you have encountered this kind of grammar structures before, but it's just a lot of objects in between. And the way we place 给他 is in front of the main verb there, 捎个话, because it's more like describing where the message is going to be relayed to. So that's why we're placing 给他 in front instead of at the back, as in English. Okay, because 给他 is like a description. So let's go to the next one. 小李 says, of course. So in Mandarin, it is 当然可以. Okay, so it's a very definitive answer there. So the first 2 words are the new words, so let's look at them. The first one is 当. 当 is, sometimes it is used as become, and in the other context it means of course. And of course, in this context, it means of course. And of course, it has some other meanings, so I'm not going to put it here. But to say of course, you must combine with the next word, okay, which is run. This is the pinyin 当, and the radical is what's at the bottom there. The arrangement is simple. Let's look at how to write 当. 1、2、3、4、5、6. 6 strokes for this word, 当. The next word is run. Okay, run. Sometimes it doesn't really have any meaning, but it's commonly used words, usually in preposition or conjunctions. Of course, we will cover more of this in the future, but let's look at how to write this word first. This is the pinyin, run, and the radical is what's at the bottom there. The arrangement is complex because you have top and bottom component. For the top component, you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write run. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、 10、11、12. 12 strokes for this word, 然. The word 当然 can also be used sure, and then 可以, as you have learned before, it means can. So in other words, it's like saying sure can, which means of course. Okay, of course I can do that for you. So we can see that none is used in the question, but in the answer you are answering 可以. So you can see that none and 可以, they are interchangeable. May express the message she wants Xiao Li to pass to Mr. Smith. She says, please ask him to ring back to May. 请他给梅回电话. In the translation is, please ask him to May return the phone. So it may be a bit weird, but because 请他, sometimes it's used as invite. So 请他 is like, please like get him to do something. Please ask him to do something. Okay? And then 给梅 is a similar one to what May had said earlier, 给他捎个话. So 给梅 is like to May. Okay? 回电话. As you have learned, 电话 is a phone. And to say 回电话 is to like return the phone, which means to ring back. So there's no new words here. We can go to the next slide. So May has got to say what the number is so that Mr. Smith can return the call. So she says, the phone number is 68998088. 电话号码是68998088. So there are two new words here. The first one is how. How is number. This word, it has different usage as in the word number. It has limited usage. So for example, in some region, you may hear someone saying 16号, which means 16日. Okay, so it's the 16th of the month. Okay, and it's usually used in serial number, like number 5 room or number 5 in the queue. So in that context, you can use how. This is the pinyin how, and the radical is what's on top there. So the arrangement is vertical. Let's look at how to write how. 1、2、3、4、5. 5 strokes for this word, how. The next word is ma. Ma is usually used in code. Okay, so for this code, it can be used in like coding or Morse code, that kind of code. This is the pinyin ma, and the radical is what's on the left there. So the arrangement is horizontal because you have left and right components. Let's look at how to write ma. 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8. 8 strokes for this word. Okay, so 电话号码 means phone number. It is the same as direct translation, so the whole sentence should be easy enough for you. So in this sentence, you just have to learn how to say phone number. Okay, and the numbers, they are what you have learned before. So there's no new word here. We can go to the next slide. So Xiao Li ends the conversation by saying, okay, 好的. Okay, so you have learned this in the previous slides, so there's nothing new here. It's just to say 好的. Okay, to say okay. So that's the end of the lesson. So you have learned a few words for this lesson, because the rest you have already learned how to write the words. Okay, so in this lesson you have learned how to say of course, help, related message, and phone number, which a few of them are quite useful when you are asking for help and asking for a phone number. Next up, there's no supplementary materials for this lesson, but we'll advance to the next topic, which is posting a letter. So in the next lesson, you'll learn how to send an international mail. So as you're traveling, you'll know how to send a letter to those you love. Okay, so the next one will be a useful one. I'll see you in the next video. And again, thank you for watching and following my lesson. 谢谢，再见。